Hey everybody, you know what time it is. It's lunchtime with the Habit Master. I'm your host, Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, and I help people change their bad habits. When you change your habits, you change your life. Today we're going to talk about the one habit that, especially if you have teammates, you have employees, you have a spouse, a family, that kind of thing. It's how to divide and conquer. It's a great habit to have, especially when you're going through rough times. But when you are going through rough times, it helps to see what people's strengths are and then use them to your benefit. So, this whole shutdown thing is going on. And when it first started, okay, my husband is the rugged type. He's the hunter. He likes to, go out and provide and protect. He likes to shoot things and, all of that stuff, right? Me, I'm more kind of the laid back. I kind of like to plan. I like to be organized, all of this. Well, during the whole shutdown, we kind of went into lockdown mode. He went out to the grocery store. He did the hoarding, the toilet paper, the food. What did we need to survive for what he thought was going to be at least a month? And here he was completely 100% correct. And that's when we thought it was only going to be a couple weeks. I'm more like, it'll be okay. But he was like, no, we are on lockdown mode. We need to make sure that we're safe. So he went out and, got all the supplies and did everything that was necessary. When he came back home, I was like, okay, well, we need to do a financial statement. We need to see what our assets are, our liabilities. As a side note, if you guys want to join in, I'm going to be doing a free webinar tomorrow. It's the part 2 Corona Recession Survival series. And it's basically whether you have a small business or not, how to get your resources together and how to reopen your practice, how to go back to your job, and what the first 90 days is going to be. So just look on my Facebook for that. I'll be doing it live on a Zoom call, and then I'll provide the links for the data. So look for that, okay? So, I kind of went into lockdown mode in my own way, and that was, what do we have? That's your starting point. And what do we need to move on, right? So we totally went to zero. We're not spending any money. We're going to conserve what we have. I got online and, signed up for all of the government stimulus things for the practice. But also, I got on the line for the personal stuff. I said, hey, can I defer and get a forbearance for my mortgage? And I did. What about the car payment? I did. What about loans at the office? Got everything deferred for 90 days. Whether we need the 90 days or not, I don't care. I'm going to take it and I'm going to save and conserve that capital, both personally and professionally, to, make sure that I've got something moving forward, because we don't know what the economy is going to be like when we get back. And I'm actually going to be talking about that tomorrow on the webinar. So make sure you get on the Zoom link. I think there's a maximum of 100, but you can also watch it's going to be at noon. I'm also going to be watching, or you can watch the recording after it's on. Okay. So, you need to look at what are your strengths. Hi, bud. I'm online. Good job. Go enjoy. It's my son's birthday today. So, we definitely had to prepare for that. Made him a nice cake and, all that stuff. We had his class today, virtually sing him happy birthday. And we're going to do that again with his family tonight. So anyway, we're trying to make it as special as him, for him as possible during this time. So, you need to know what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are, right? What about if you are a small business owner? What are your team's strengths and weaknesses? You got to fill in the gaps and you got to come together. If somebody's good at organizing and planning, you got to let them do their thing. If someone's good at talking with people and, arranging the schedule and, trying to calm people's fears down. You need to let them go and do their thing. If you have another person that's just good with action and, wants to solve problems, you need to let them do that. As a business and personally, you need to know what your strengths are and weaknesses are, and you need to gather everybody up in your family, in your business, and see what everybody's strengths are. And that's what needs to get you through this shutdown and the economy moving forward. If you've lost your job or you're furloughed for a while, now's the time to really focus in on what value am I going to bring forward? Because your company may not bring you back. If they don't see the value in what you have to offer, a lot of companies are going to be, going into conservation mode, and they're going to be, getting real tight with their finances, buying supplies, dealing with vendors, dealing with customers, maybe shorter terms, that kind of thing, because they need to bring in money. How are you going to bring your best self forward and bring them value? If you are furloughed, that doesn't mean that you can't be providing value for your company. Just because they're not paying you now doesn't mean that you can't say, hey, what can I do to help? What can I do to be of value to the company so that when things do open up, that we're just, moving along and going, right? Reach out to them, because if you're not doing that now, they may not see the value in what you have to offer, and you may be permanently laid off and looking for a job. And you and 16 million other people plus. And that might be a bit of a difficulty to try to fill. So make sure that you're looking at strengths and how you can be of value to people. Definitely look at your finances. Make sure that you're planning what's going to happen for the rest of the year. And I know some people don't do that, but I think it's very important. That's a great habit to get into, to look at your financial scheme and how it may change for the rest of the year. If you do have to take a pay cut, if you're not getting your commissions and bonuses like you usually do, you can't plan on that. Make sure that you're cutting things and that you have the ability to keep going and to still save and pay off debt and all of that. You may have to work a little bit differently, maybe have to put in more effort and hours. Hey, whatever you have to do, that's what you have to do. So in order to conquer any situation, you have to use the resources you have, your time, your energy, your money, but also the people around you. What are their resources? What are their talents? And you need to be able, as a business owner, to get the group together, get everybody on the same page, and to move forward. But personally, you got to make sure your family's all on the same page. What can the kids be doing? They can be helping out with chores. They can be doing their homework and making sure that they understand things, so that's not so stressful for the parents that, are trying to go out and providing food for everybody and getting money and getting back to work, right? What can the husbands do? What can the wives do? What are your roles in your family? You need to make sure you've defined them, and you need whatever talents you have, you need to go for it. Now's the time not to hold back. If you're an employee, now's the time to reach out to your boss and say, hey, I'm available. What do you need from me? Because we're going to be starting to go back to work. I'm hoping in 2 weeks. That's what I'm planning on. If it's more than that, then it is what it is. But my plan for the next 2 weeks, we're already starting to work on that so that we can get people in, get the practice going, and solve all of the problems that are going to be, that we're going to be handling that have been backed up for the past, it will be 6 weeks. That's a long time to have a tooth problem or, whatever your business is. It's a long time for somebody to wait for a solution. So make sure that now is the time. You have time now, whether you're working from home or whatever. You're still not 100%. You're still not as busy as you usually are. Now's the time to get that stuff together, to know what abilities people have, what are their true talents, and how to group those together so that you can divide and conquer in any situation, good or bad. The stronger you are as a team, as a family unit, as a business, the stronger you are now in bad times means that you guys will be a crazy machine. You'll be, communicating on a good note. Everybody will be on the same page. You'll be running on all cylinders when it is good times. And you can create the good times in the bad times because your systems will be solid and everyone will know what their role is and they can work together as a team. So make sure that you're spending the time today looking at everybody's talents and getting them together so that you do function as a well-oiled machine. So that's it. That's what we're talking about today. Helping to divide and conquer in any situation. Use those talents and make sure you get everybody on the same team. You can check us out on YouTube and Instagram. Look for the Habit Master channel so you don't miss any episodes. Also, obviously here, Facebook Live. Remember, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a Corona Recession Survival webinar. Get on the live Zoom link. I think it'll be at noon, but check the posts that I do in the morning. It might be a little bit sooner than that. But also you can get on the recordings. Check us out on iTunes and Spotify. Look for Lunchtime with the Habit Master episodes so you don't miss any of the podcasts. And that's it for me today. Thanks for watching, and let's build good habits together.
Have you been quarantined? Did you lose your job or close down your business and are desperate for money? What have you been doing with your time? Stop. You're better than that. It's time to kick it into high gear and take some action. But how? There's only two things to do right now. Number one is survive, and number two, be recession-proof. The fact is, this will happen again. Maybe not the same way, maybe not in the same extent, but everyone will experience hard times at some point. The best thing to do? Be ready. Go to thehabitmaster.com and grab a copy of the Recession Survival Guide. In it, you'll find out how to 1, survive, and 2, be recession-proof for the next time. It's only $27, but its value is worth thousands and thousands of dollars. Do you want this again? Then start doing something about it. Go to thehabitmaster.com and grab the Recession Survival Kit right now.